Hello everyone, and welcome back to Inua Story in Ice and Time. Let's just continue where we left off. I believe we were here, yes. Right. Simon incites a mutiny. Right. Oh wow. But didn't I talk to you about those? Firepower. I pray to God I don't have to treat a gunshot wound. I'd hardly know where to start. Escape? I'd rather take my chances out there than watch another man wither away on this cursed ship. We'll know that we tried at least. Logbook? That logbook is nothing but the ravings of a madman. If only there were some way to help the poor soul. I've heard talk of doctors removing parts of the brain in cases like this, but I doubt I have the skills for such a procedure. You would kill him. If there is one thing that my past experiences have taught me, it's that survival is a matter of will. Gore has been crushed under the pressure. It's hard to blame him. But if we continue to follow his orders, we're sure to die here. Don't resist, Lieutenant. It's better this way. I hope I don't have to fire this pistol. I haven't so much as winged a bird since we've been out here. If there's even a chance we could make it home, we have to take it. I'd risk everything to see my family one more time. Gore's gone mad? I'll admit, it wouldn't be the first time I had seen it happen at sea. That madman, he'll condemn us all to an icy grave. Yup. There's nothing else here, right? I couldn't do anything with that? No. Alright. If he won't listen to reason, perhaps he'll listen to force. God help the poor bugger. Woodruff's an odd fellow, but he has something about him. Maybe there's a way out of this after all. Okay. Those are available again on everyone because of the mutiny talk. Okay. Got it. I had a peek at Gore's feverish scrawlings in this strange script. I may not be able to read, but I know the devil's work when I see it. There's no choice left to make. This man will lead us all to hell.
Give it up, Lieutenant.
Okay.
From now on, we'll put our faith in the Lord, not you.
Okay. Not really what I thought was going to happen, but okay. I hope to God this doesn't end in bloodshed. I've never even fired this pistol before. How am I going to fare in a firefight? Woodruff sounds like he has a plan. At the very least, it beats sitting here and waiting to die. Gore has to be stopped. He's out of his mind. I understand him wanting to prove himself. He's not much older than I am, but even I'm old enough to know I don't want to freeze to death here.
We are going to leave this ship, and we're going to live to tell the tale.
Yeah, unfortunately, no.
Mr. Woodruff will show us the way. I'm sure of it.
Okay. With the last remaining officers dead, we outnumber Gore, but only if I can get them all on my side. And they're starting to believe me. They're starting to believe there's a way out of this. Maybe there was some truth in that dream I had. It's worse than I thought. Page after page of this drivel, on and on, letters never sent, poems, drawings. I can't let him hold us back any longer.
Listen up, lads. You too, Gore. The lieutenant here is under the impression that we're about to be rescued. I'm sad to say I don't share his optimism.
Nope.
Enough of your insubordination, Woodruff. I'll have you lashed if you say another word.
Yeah, Who's going to enforce it?
Lashed? Who'll be doing the lashing, Lieutenant? The Admiralty? Maybe one of your famous friends can help you.
What?
It's all here in the logbook, lads. The poor bugger's gone mad. He's gonna get us all killed.
Yep.
These men are still loyal to me, Woodruff. Still loyal
They're
to the
pointing
crown.
guns at you.
Perhaps we should let the men answer for themselves, sir.
Yeah, like the two that are pointing guns at you. So. Rebellion. They're all with me now. I have no choice but to end
All right,
this.
Gore. It's over. The men are with me, and we're getting off this godforsaken ship.
Scoundrels! Fools! He'll lead you to your graves, crucifixes by the shore, a pile of rocks atop your bones.
It's not too late, Lieutenant. You can still come with us.
You stole an officer's property, and then tricked these men with your lies about my writings.
Excuse me, he was the one that brought it to me.
How could you understand? How could you possibly understand?
Your ravings? How could anyone?
You're not thinking clearly, Lieutenant. You're...
And why should these men trust a lowly wretch like you?
Okay, because I actually have a plan, or he actually has a plan.
Why? When you left England, you could barely write your own name.
So,
Listen, you daft bastard. You're not in charge anymore. You can come with us, or you can freeze to death here.
You're leading these men to their deaths, Woodruff.
and they would be dead either way, staying here.
And I'll spill your blood before any of you leave this ship.
Keep your hands clean, Lieutenant.
Damn. Yeah, he obviously stayed on the ship. Wow, a creepy skull. I got here just in
It's been a long
time.
time since anyone recovered human remains from the Franklin expedition. So this is a pretty big find, right?
I guess.
Ignore him. He's just trying to seem cool in front of the big shot reporter.
No, seriously, what more can we learn from a skull? I'm more interested in tools, personal effects.
But it looks like this one died of something other than lead poisoning and frostbite. See? The skull is fractured.
Mind if I take a closer look?
Yeah. He was shot. Who knows? Maybe this guy still has a story to tell. Observe the object, find clues, and combine them to gain new tokens. That tooth looks different from the others. Is that a filling? Not exactly cheap back then. That rules out this being a simple sailor. Punctured clean through. Can't imagine this would be anything other than a bullet. The poor guy was executed. There's little doubt about that.
What kind of sailor had a filling back in 1845?
Who told you you could touch that?
My guess would be an officer
I mean, no one said she couldn't.
with a bullet in the forehead. Seems like close range. The whole thing sounds like mutiny to me.
Yep. The conditions these men faced, fatigue, starvation, cold, is no wonder they revolted. Exactly. Especially since they were being told to stay put, basically. When they got on that boat, they were full of hope. But when that hope faded, what was left? Despair. Mutiny, eh? Not a bad idea. Beats blowing smoke up Alan's ass all day long. If we could find something to explain what happened on the Terror, what caused their loss, that would really put my name out there in the scientific community, and the rest of the crew, of course. If I'm right about the mutiny, this could be a hell of a story. David might be impressed for once, but it has to be rock solid before anything goes to print. Maybe Gervais can
So,
confirm it?
Alan, what do you think about my mutiny theory?
Ha, I think you've been watching too much TV.
Damn it.
No, there are plenty of explanations for what might have happened here.
Not really. Goddamn son of a... Years of hard work and she's about to steal my discovery? And if the press comes out with this before the Prime Minister, that'll ruin everything. Better get her off the ship before she ruins my career.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I have plenty of work to get on with. We can't let you fondle any more skulls for the moment.
Wait, but I thought...
We'll have What's-His-Face take you back to shore on the Zodiac.
Wow.
I'm sure you're eager to get a cup of hot coffee, but let's catch up tomorrow at base camp, yes? Fantastic. Off you go.
So much for a good first impression. This guy's shutting me out already. What's David going to say if I can't even get on the research ship? Alright. What now? Hello Inuits. Am I supposed to click the continue? Nothing was happening. Hello, polar bear.
Look foresaw tomorrow through the stories based on the patterns of nature.
Okay.
Floating in the cold ocean, Nanoroluk told its imagination to Kilak, the sky.
Okay. Nanuruluk and Kilak.
Kilak listened in silence as they both stared far across distance and time.
You heard me right, David. Mutiny.
Well, I gotta hand it to you, kid. This is big. The Franklin expedition is one of Canada's founding myths, but this could change everything we know about those last days on board the Terror.
Yeah,
You have to keep snooping around, Dana. The story depends on it.
I know.
Yeah, about that. Gervais kind of gave me the old heave-ho. I'm heading back to shore now.
What? Oh, no. You're kidding me, right?
Unfortunately not.
Oh, you can't give up on a scoop like that.
She's not giving up.
And you... Oh, you can't give up on a scoop like that. You're gonna have to... And you...
Okay. David, you're breaking up the signals really bad and,
Bad day?
something like
That would
that.
be an understatement. My editor is expecting Pulitzer-winning material, but I think I just burned my only contact. On top of that, I'm freezing cold and this boat ride is making me want to hurl.
Sounds like you got things pretty rough.
You can say that again.
Wow. You call those problems? Think, Tina. I have to find a way to save this article, whatever the cost. Okay, take it easy, breathe. That's better. Now, all you have to do is come up with an idea so good that it single-handedly saves your article and your career. Piece of cake. Uh-huh. Tina finds what's inside the box. Oh. Sealed box. Wait, are those? They're from the archaeological ship. I need to find out what's in them.
Hey, could I take a look at what's in there? I'll be quick. Scout's honor.
Huh? No way.
What, seriously? How much damage could one girl do?
You could cost me my job. That's enough damage for you?
No one touches the crates. Alan was clear about that. He's clearly suspicious of this journalist. That would usually make her okay in my books, but I don't know. Something about her. My last shred of hope could be in those boxes. I need to convince this guy to let me see what's inside. How do I put this?
I have some money my editor set aside for...
That's flattering, miss, but my, charms are not for sale.
Wait, no, that's not what I meant.
Oh, I know exactly what you meant. But you can't buy me off. Although, seeing you squirm is kind of priceless.
Nice one, Tina. Guess I'll have to find something else. Maybe he'd respond well to a moment in the limelight?
Hey, you know The Discoverer, right? The magazine I work for? It's one of the biggest publications in the country. Circulation over 500,000.
You don't say?
When this article hits the stands, it's gonna make waves. How would you like a chance to ride them?
I'm not sure I follow.
I'm saying, why should Gervais get all the credit? How about this? The unsung heroes of archaeological research. Tell your side of the story. We can even get a nice shot of you in there too.
Oh yeah? My mother would be over the moon.
Really? Well, in that case, all I'd need is...
If she wasn't half blind from diabetes. But hey, maybe I could read it to her on a 3-hour snowmobile ride to the nearest hospital. Sorry, hotshot. Can't say I care about fame. Besides, who cares what people like me have to say?
Well, I mean, if they heard what you have to say, maybe they would care.
What do you mean?
You see many Inuit on the news? You have many Inuit interviews lined up for your piece?
Well,
Yeah, I thought not. I know at least 3 elders who'd heard about the great European ships caught in the ice. They knew exactly where the Erebus was, but nobody listened. Guys like Gervais would rather poke around for decades than ask for help. They would have found the terror a long time ago if they had taken their heads out of their asses.
Use that as your angle. If I want this guy to let me snoop around, I have to convince him that he has something to gain too. Maybe there's something to what he said about the Inuits. I might have an opening there.
You know, you and I are actually on the same side.
Oh yeah? Me and the big shot journalist?
Why do you think Alan threw me off the boat? It's because I was getting too close to the truth.
Okay.
I'm serious. I want the world to know what really happened to the Franklin expedition. Not some colonial myth. I want the truth. The ugly truth. And I don't care who I piss off to get there. If the Inuit have a place in history, I can help you reclaim it.
Yeah. Jeez, who the hell does she think she is?
So what do you say?
You know, thinking about it, my snowmobile could do with some repairs. If your offer from before is still good, and you promise to stop talking about the truth for the rest of the ride back, I'll let you open 1 box.
For real?
1 box.
You won't regret it. Sammy, right?
Cash only. No checks, okay?
Alright, time to see what's in those boxes. No, in one of the boxes. Hey, it's that mark. Okay. Doesn't seem to be anything I can do with this. No. Planks. A bunch of old planks. I'm not going to save my article with a few bits of old wood. There has to be more to this. Okay.
Come on, lads. Keep moving. Unless you want to freeze on the spot.
Commander, can I ask you a question?
You promised to stop with all this commander nonsense. Ask away.
It's just, I was wondering, how did you know that the Inuit were coming?
It's not easy to explain, William. Suluk appeared to me in a dream. I knew he'd come to help us.
Psst. Poppycock. What's to say these savages won't eat us in our sleep?
They're not
I
cannibals.
prefer seal meat. More taste.
Damn, I forgot this one knows some English. I wonder where he picked that up.
Don't worry. With our supplies and Kumak's hunting skills, we don't need to eat each other to survive. We must learn how to live alongside one another.
Yep.
Who knows, Henry? You may come to appreciate our new companions.
You appreciate them all you like, sir. I choose to remain on guard till I'm back in England.
They're all under a lot of pressure, but we can't go on that way or things could turn sour. What can I do to make them appreciate each other? That's not something you can just command. The Inuit and sailors come to understand each other. He remembers the symbol. Ah, Kumak. Guess that's jerky? Yeah, basically. Alright. Nothing else, right? No. Okay. Those animals gave us their meat so that we could make this journey. For that I am thankful. This object comes from the Balunat's boat. Had they remained on that ship, all of them would be dead by now, Simon Woodruff included. Food will be hard to come by out here. We have our canned food, the Inuit have their dried meat. Let's hope that's enough to see us through. All those things we took from the Terror, it's like we can't quite let go of our old lives. The past weighs us down like an anchor. We must break free from it if we wish to move forward. I engraved my name on the Terror's hull. I hope that's the last time I write it. The Simon Woodruff who left the port of Greenhithe 4 years ago is gone. I want to become someone else. I have to. The survival of our group depends on it. The woman, Atuat, she had me taste some of that dried caribou meat and, well, it wasn't half bad actually, better than our tinned meat anyway. I'd like to get to know them better, especially if we are to survive together. We'll get there, I'm sure of it. I wonder what Reuben was thinking taking this off the Terror. The metal could be valuable for trading, but it doesn't make dragging the boats any easier. I mean, it probably doesn't weigh that much. This dried meat reminds me of my father's chewing tobacco. I can't imagine it tastes much better. I hope so. I had to decide what might be of value aboard the Terror. Wish I'd picked something lighter. The bell seems to fascinate the Inuit though, especially the hunter, Kumak, I think his name is. I can't believe the things these savages eat. Then again, they say John Franklin ate his own shoes to survive in these parts. God rest his souls. Ha! Probably not the right time for that one. I mean, what's wrong with dried meat? I mean, it's jerky, caribou jerky. Nothing wrong with that. How did we end up burdened with this old thing? Reuben, apparently? I don't think that stuff is fit for human consumption. Yes, it is. It's supposed to be meat, but nothing. Right now, I'll take whatever I can get. A bell. Henry will be thrilled. It probably reminds him of his dear church. Huh. The face William Lockett made when he tasted the dried caribou. I wonder what he thought of it. The white people's boat are full of strange objects. Like you discussed this object with the Kalunat, right? What is the purpose of this? If I have understood correctly, it's a kind of musical instrument? I wonder if the Kalunat use it for their rituals.
What even is this language?
Show some respect, Henry.
Yeah.
Respect?
Oh boy. I had prepared dried caribou for a few men, but our group has grown since the Kalunat joined. We're going to have to hunt. This strange metal object sings when you hit it. Reuben Campbell showed me. I feel like he's willing to get to know us, and the opposite is true too. And with mutual trust, we might reach our objective, whatever that is. Hello, Natar. We have to keep our food if we want to survive. Do not share the caribou with the white people, Atuat. They would not appreciate it. Okay. I'm glad I don't have to pull these boats full of things I have no use for. Good luck, Atuat. Save your strength. We have a long way to go. Thanks for the advice, Natar. Don't you want to help us? I'm too old for this nonsense. Okay. Let's go back to the start. Language. If we are to survive, all of us, we need to communicate with the Kalunat. Kumak, Natar, Atuat, listen to me. What is it? Angaku? The Kalunat need us. We need to learn the language in order to help them. And why don't they learn ours? Because they are too proud and fat-headed. And left alone, they'll likely die. Very well. We will do as you say, Suluk. Simon trusts me to guide him on our land. I feel connected to him. But he didn't recognize the symbol I carved on the terror's hull. Not yet. Perhaps it was too soon. Patience. There is a long journey ahead. Okay. Is that what it means? Patience? William knows a few words in Inuktitut, but not much. It is a great boon that Suluk speaks English. He told me that a sailor taught him. I find that hard to believe, but I don't have a better explanation. He's greatly respected as a shaman among the Inuit. Perhaps I should be wary of him? What am I saying? Quite the opposite. We need to start trusting each other. I feel we can become closer to the Inuit. If we can learn to respect each other, we could achieve great things together. But now that I think about it...
Tell me, you carved a symbol on the hull of the Terror alongside us. What was it?
That was meant for you, Steimer.
Okay.
It was? I feel like I've seen it before. In a dream, maybe. But that's not possible.
That is possible. Are you certain?
Well, I've never experienced anything like it. What do you think it means?
It means you must trust me, that I'm your guide on this journey.
My guide? But to where? To civilization?
I cannot answer that, Simon. But know this. You are not the first to see this symbol, nor you will be the last.
Alright. Interesting. Cross period tokens travel through time. You may use them in the future or in the past. Anyway, I am going to end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider leaving a like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!